Welcome to the Spiritual Mentor, a place where we ignite your fire, challenge your limits, and empower you to become the author of your own unstoppable story. So, today we have got another episode of The Psychic and the Professor. And I'd like to welcome Professor Keith Greene, who's going to speak a little bit about star seeds today. Welcome, Keith. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, Lisa. I'm really happy to do this with you.
I'm thrilled as well. So, Keith, today you're going to be chatting to us a little bit about star seeds. So, for those out there that don't know what star seeds are, will you give us an explanation? What is a star seed?
That's a really good way to start. I teach a class on alchemy, plant medicine, ascension, and you'd be surprised the number of doctors that I get on these courses. And they thrive when I start speaking about plant medicine and about the neural pathways and about SSRIs. But then when I get to talk about the spiritual implications of it, they get a little lost, and you can tell the ones that really are interested, that want to know that there's more to this reality than 3D. Obviously, your people that watch your YouTube channel already have a spiritual perspective on things. And that's half the battle right there, that there's more to this reality than 3D. And it doesn't mean you have to abandon all your concrete day-to-day life things. It just asks you to stretch your perspective out a little bit higher up, a little bit more than God is in the clouds, old white man with a beard, and religious look at spirituality. Stick with the pure spirituality. Nothing wrong with the religion, but you want to be a little bit more open-minded to things. And this does not contradict anything that you probably already know. And star seeds are the idea. And from the perspective that you're having a human experience, that you're a soul of energy that is incarnated onto planet Earth for a specific amount of years, say 80 years, to have a 3D human experience. So you're not a human having a spiritual experience when you meditate, or when you dream, or when you use ayahuasca, or when you have a really deep spiritual experience. It's not like you're a human having a spiritual experience. 99% of your life is a spiritual being having a human experience. Because in the grand scheme of things, 80 years isn't anything. And look, it's a persistent illusion. They say, well, this is a simulation, or it's an illusion. I disagree. I think it's a very important part of a soul's journey to come down to these planets and Earth and to have a human experience, so you can see what it's like to love, to cry, to all the physicality of it. I mean, to come down here and taste the greatest foods, have sex, do things that you can't do up in 4D and 5D. This is why it's such an attractive destination, these 3D constructs. And planet Earth is probably the number one holiday destination.
Everybody wants to come to.
Yeah, I was going to say, planet Earth is like the number one holiday destination.
Yes,
and I can tell you the spiritual travel agencies are overbooked. Everybody wants to come down to planet Earth.
They're fully booked. Everybody's lining up to get you. And, it's kind of like people here that are here, they go, oh, this is so tough. Earth is so tough. We don't want to be here. And I go, you chose to be here. No, I could never have chosen to be here. This is so terrible. We're going through all these hardships. And I'm like, no. This is the destination. Souls are literally lining up to come here to planet Earth. And tell us more, Keith. How would you identify a star seed?
Let me explain what a star seed is first. And star seed is a human being who's identified that their soul energy is not from Earth. The vast majority of people have been here for 100, 1,000 incarnations, but many of the star seeds, which are people, souls that have done most of their experiences on other star systems, have chosen to come to Earth for one reason or another. The biggest reason, and this is the macro purpose that we all share, is to do good with others, help people, and assist planet Earth as she ascends to a higher vibrational frequency. So if you think of Earth as a high school, we are graduates from high schools in other cities that have chosen to come back and do it again. That's why a lot of this seems familiar. Deja vu, there's words for it, because you've already done the 3D experience and you've graduated and you're up there doing other things. But about 80 years ago, around the first atomic bomb, there was a call out to throughout the galaxy and the universe to look for other people that have done the 3D experience, graduated, but are willing to come back and help others get through it, knowing full well that the Earth experience is the #1 tough spot right now of any other one in the galaxy. That's why souls are coming in, to gather karma, to rectify karma, to have experiences you can't have anywhere else. And then there's a group of starseeds that are committed to a mission of helping others get through this. A lot of people identify with the Palladians, the Syrians, Arcturians, Andromedans. These are where it's about as important as where you graduated high school. But your energy signature defines what you're going to attract into your life, the people and experiences that you've chosen to have. So you, with the core intention of being in service. So a starseed is as human as you and I, only their soul imprint is based on experiences on other planets. And they've already done and graduated the 3D experience. When you see people identifying with, I'm Palladian or I'm Syrian, this is the affinity you have for that particular energy. A lot of people like whales and dolphins. These are rough estimates, but they tend to come from a Syrian background. And those that are really peaceful and loving, almost like your hippies, this is Palladian. Your Arcturians are all about technology. A lot of these new souls are so good at technology. A lot of people say that Elon Musk is a Arcturian. I really can't say that I have to disagree with that. He's definitely not from this planet, but we can all see that as well. He's trying to get home, just like we all are. So a starseed is an energy signature of a soul from another planet that is incarnated on Earth as a full human, carrying this energy with them, carrying that signature of that planet and experience with them for the sole purpose of being in service.
And Keith, would you say that if you come down as a star seed now, have you ever been on planet Earth before? Or are all star seeds, is this their first time on planet Earth?
Wow, that's a really good question. Sometimes when I hear other friends recount their past lives and all the lives they've had in all on Earth, but all these different amazing times of planet Earth, the Renaissance, the Greek era, Egypt, the Civil War. I think I can't remember those. I can remember maybe one on Atlantis and another one in Egypt. And that's about it. So there are ones that are completely new to the human experience, Elon Musk, and others that have not had a lot of experience, but about 2 or 3 lifetimes. And that's why they volunteered for this particular time. Remember what you said? You chose it. You chose to be here. The more in touch you get with your higher self through meditation and plant medicine, the more you take responsibility for you chose to be here, right here, in this time, in this year of 2025. I don't like to date these podcasts, but right now, people need to know this is an amazing year. What's going to happen is going to be unprecedented in the history of the human race.
And those of us that, that come onto planet Earth and they're old souls, they've been here many times before and lived many lifetimes on planet Earth. Is there a possibility that they could also be a starseed or not?
Yes, very much so. And these are one of the major traits that the older souls carry that signifies that they really have done this before is they choose really difficult lives. A parental unit, family, that is probably very difficult with lots of challenges, or health issues, or having children that have health issues. They've chosen extra hard lives because these are experiences they couldn't get anywhere else. They have an opportunity for a quick 80 years to come in here and fix that and learn from the experience so they can be of better service in the rest of their existence. So it's really good to know that there's many old souls, but not all star seeds are old souls. but the vast majority are.
And do star seeds have any physical sort of like appearances that are similar to one another, or has the physical appearance got nothing to do with it?
It does have a lot to do
Like
with it.
often what elementals, they'll say you're more of an elemental, you look more like this, and so on. Star seeds, what are the similarities?
The number one similarity that you can actually categorize and find them in the physical 3D world is your blood type. I don't know which one corresponds to which one, but that's the number one thing that is consistent throughout the starseed identification process. How you feel about it is the most important. And remember, you did choose your body because you chose your parents. You chose this reality to inhabit a vehicle, this body, and with a certain look. So many times these energies do resonate throughout them. And there's a few YouTube videos that are pretty descriptive on how these beings look. I know on planet Earth, everybody is obsessed with how you look, but it's not that big of a deal in the rest of the galaxy. It is a big deal on Earth. So, but throughout your life, you will start to engender and grow into characteristics particular to your energy signature. And every one of those species, and these are all humanoid. These species are all humanoid. In their true form, they look almost exactly like us. This is the template, the Lyran body, human body template. And it's used throughout the galaxy. Many, many races use this. And there are millions of other races that don't. In the human experience, we inhabit human bodies. This particular version of human bodies is about 200,000 years old, and it is specific to this planet. This immune system, the DNA is multidimensional. That's what determines how the soul inhabits the body, how the body is constructed. It's also a memory recording device that records every moment of your reality and your existence. That's how the Akashic records work. They're tapped into the DNA of all sentient beings.
Mm-hmm. So Keith, for the younger generation, and I know there's a lot of star seeds that are coming out in the younger generation now, what advice would you give to them how to navigate their way, to help them and assist them with this? Because it can sometimes be very difficult, because not everybody has an understanding of what they're here for. They react differently as well. So what advice can you give to our younger viewers, those star seeds out there?
Coming out is always difficult. And especially when you realize, that's why you get a lot of people thinking, I'm an alien. It's reconnecting a lot. I feel like I'm an alien. I feel like I'm not from this planet. Pretty much because you're not. So it's important to understand that you are just as human as everybody else. But the reason you don't fit in is because your energy signature and your life purpose is aligned to a different set of priorities. You came here with a mission, came here with purpose. As you identify that, and the younger you identify it in yourself, even if it goes against everything your parents tell you, everything your friends tell you, this goes back to truth, being true to yourself and your mission, your life purpose, what you came here to do. And we all share the one about helping Mother Earth and being of service to others. That's what signifies us directly in service to other starseeds, that we are definitely committed to helping the Aquarian age, which is all about the connection of humanities and people on this planet coming together as a group. And embodying the law of one is very important. Knowing that in the end, we all come from Source and we are Source. But while we're having the physical experience, when we start to realize that the way we think is different than what we see on TV, the way we want to dress is different than our parents like us to dress, the thoughts that we have are really different than their friends. It just makes you unique, and everybody's unique, but you've identified it. So the number one advice I could give you is to be kind with yourself. You're not going crazy. You're starting to remember, not learn, remember who you really are. And when you start to really embody that, these day-to-day distractions and things that upset you, they go away because you realize that life is too short and the world, the universe is so vast. These little pesky things are not even that important. You start to care more about yourself and your place in the human experience as we evolve to a higher vibration of reality. And you can start by being kind and loving yourself. Being kind and loving yourself. Accepting yourself. You're not going crazy. You're getting sane. You're evolving.
And Keith, just before we end off, just to give out any advice to those star seeds that are out there that are finding this life on Earth so difficult, because I know a lot of them, they're really battling to adjust because their vibration is so different to many around them. What advice can you give to them, besides just being authentic to themselves, but how would they navigate through this? Through these ups and downs, because emotionally, and that what I find as well is that they're very in touch with their emotions. So their ups are very up and their downs are very down. So it's kind of like to be able to survive on planet Earth and not want to find an exit, you know. Um, what advice would you give to them to manage and to navigate their ship on the storm of planet Earth?
Okay. There's a, the farther you get off course from your life purpose, what you came here to do, the more difficult your life becomes. And this goes financially, emotionally, in all ways. It's your soul reminding you to get back on track. It does it forcibly twice in your lifetime. When you're 28 and a half at the first Saturn returns, and when you're in your late 50s at your second Saturn returns. These are readjustment points. Think about where you were when you were 29 and what turmoil and chaos was going on in your life and how you adjusted your course. Did you move against it or did you go with it? So identifying your true life purpose, and it's the thing that brings you the most joy, makes you the most happy. Identifying that and start taking steps forward to living that way, the easier your life becomes to the point of magical synchronicities happening. It's a grand conspiracy of the universe to give you what you want. But knowing what you want and knowing what you need and knowing the difference between what you want and what you need are two different things. The wiser you are, the easier it is to bring those two together. And when you're doing what you want and what you need are the same thing, that's where joy comes in. And joy is the fuel for your life. Identifying your life purpose and why you're here, how you can be of service. The details will fall into place. And how far off course did you get? Did you follow someone else's advice? Did you watch a YouTube channel or a video or a movie or a magazine that told you that you should be in this line of work or you should marry this type of person or you should look a certain way? When you start living your own truth, we always come back to that. You are unstoppable, indestructible human being.
I love that. Allowing joy to be your compass, really. Because when you're feeling that joy, you're feeling that passion, your vibration is high, and that is where you should go. And so many of us, we don't follow that joy. Just exactly like you said, we listen to this one, we listen to that one, and we take the paths where other people want us to go. And we can actually feel that there's that resistance. And when there's that resistance, that is an indicator to you, I am on the wrong path. I'm not on the right path. But when you're feeling that joy inside you, that is your compass. So I always say, go with the joy. Go with what you really feel. Your body tells you when you're on the right path and when you're on the wrong path, and one needs to listen to that.
Absolutely. I fully agree with that. Listening to your body. And this is where this all goes into health and disease. Your body will tell you. This is a very high-tech piece of galactic organic technology, these bodies. And they're meant specifically for having an experience in a 3D environment like Earth. It will tell you when something's wrong. All disease comes from an emotional or a spiritual root. Medical science has taken us away from that truth. Not that they're wrong, they're just looking at it from a very myopic perspective. When you realize that you have your health in your hands simply by choosing a path where you learn your lessons, and that's the path of joy.
And that's so true. And that's what we were going to discuss next is your truth and how it affects your health. And that's exactly what you touched on now. So one needs to do that self talk. One needs to have that truth, embody that truth, And it affects your health because, like you said, every organ is related to an emotion. I mean, when you're angry, you're putting pressure on your liver, you know?
Well, we'll talk about that on the next episode, how literal the body is. And it's not too hard to listen to it and to adjust it. But it will tell you when something's wrong. Bye, Lisa. It was really nice to speak with you and talk to everybody out there. I see we have a lot of new people coming in from this one from the States, South America, Europe. This is good. Your channel's really growing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Is your time up now, Keith? I know you said you had another meeting after this. Just checking. Have we gone over time?
Yeah, I really got to go right now, but we can pick this up at another time. I'd like to do that talk on truth as well. This was a long one, but the starseed situation needs to be addressed.
And all those starseeds out there, we've got you. We are here in force with you. We know our purpose. We walk our purpose. We are our purpose, and we are here for one another. Keith, thank you so much for joining the Spiritual Mentor, and we'll catch up again soon. Blessings to you all.
Hi, everybody.